This is what happened this week in Africa. Egypt contracted 20 years of wind power at $24 a megawatt hour, one of the lowest tariffs recorded anywhere in the world. The 869 megawatt farm represents an $800 million investment that carries Egypt further towards drawing 45% of its power from renewables. At that price, clean power stops being a climate commitment and becomes an industrial input. Egypt is building the case for locating aluminium, ammonia, and hydrogen production in North Africa on economics alone. Freetown began moving a transmission line underground to connect the NANT power plant, a $417 million combined cycle building, adding 108 megawatts to a grid currently delivering barely 140. Sierra Leone is targeting 1.12 gigawatts and 78% electricity access by 2030. The gap between 271 megawatts installed and 140 available is the continent's real power problem. This week, Rwanda posted a record farm export earnings of $1.1 billion, up 24% in a single year, closing on its 2029 target 3 years early on the strength of cold chain infrastructure, quality control, and market diversification. Zimbabwe signed a $92.5 million joint venture to build bulk infrastructure at the Masuwe Special Economic Zone outside Victoria Falls. The J.R. Gordon Consortium put in $66.9 million for 61%. The state contributes land valued at $25.6 million and the rest unlocking 1,200 hectares. Land as equity is financing a template for governments holding assets and no fiscal space. Harare is converting idle public ground into stake rather than borrowing against it, and the region is watching whether it converts. This week, the Africa Finance Corporation raised 350 million Swiss francs, about $430 million, at a coupon under 1.5%. It is the first digital bond issued by an African institution and settled on a regulated digital exchange. 90% of the order book was Swiss domestic money buying into African infrastructure risk. Cost of capital is the binding constraint on everything the continent wants to build, and this is a route around it. This has been This Week in Africa, where Egypt contracted power at a price no market can match. Sierra Leone cleared the way for a plant that lifts its grid by 3/4. Rwanda's farm exports hit $1.1 billion. Zimbabwe put land rather than debt into a 1,200 hectare tourism build, and the continent's own bank issued where global market has barely arrived.